you ask me, as long as you got this job, you got nothing pushing you to get another one. You need the fear.
The fear?
He's right. If you quit this job, you then have motivation to go after a job you really want.
Well, then how come you're still at a job that you hate? I mean, why don't you quit and get the fear?
Because I'm too afraid.
I don't know. I mean, I would give anything to work for a designer, you know, or a buyer. Ugh, I just don't want to be 30 and still work here.
Hi, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Crystal.
And we are falling into 40.
Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Yay.
Today we're going to talk about millennials quitting their jobs.
It's a trend right now. Talk about why. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications if you enjoy what you see here today. Maybe learn a little something.
Exactly. All right, so let's get started. So first of all, did you know, I need my cheat note. Did you know that half of all millennials and 3/4 of Gen Zers, Generation Z people, quit their jobs in part due to mental health?
I believe that.
And 43% of the millennials and 61% of the Gen Z kids, they're grown-ups now, anticipate that they will quit their job in the next 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some foresight.
So it seems like a lot of people want to quit their job. So how many jobs have you had in your life?
So I've had 10.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And how many did you quit?
Technically 5.
Yeah.
But that includes like the paper route I had when I was
Yeah.
11 and the like coat check girl job I had at a banquet hall when I was like 13.
Yeah, I've quit
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many have you had since university, like real grown-up jobs?
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had 3 jobs since, like grown-up jobs. I've had 3.
Yeah, I've had 2.
Yeah. So, but we're right on trend. So 10 is the average number. It is on the rise though. How many jobs have you guys had? Or how many jobs have you quit? And did you have any super dramatic walkouts?
Yeah.
Because we all want them.
We all want that story where you're just like, throw the keys at the person.
Right? And
Yes.
on that note, the number of people quitting their jobs is at its highest level since 2001.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They do say though that like quitting is the sign of a good economy, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
who knows what the future's gonna hold.
Yeah, hopefully the economy stays well enough for everyone to keep quitting.
Right? But in the meantime, let's talk about some of the reasons why you might quit your job. You never know, right?
So the most obvious reason why people might quit their jobs is money. If there's an opportunity for increased income, you're going to go to that new job. Another huge one right now is flexibility. So that could mean the number of days you work, the number of hours you work, working from home, or in some cases just the flexibility of learning a new role within your company. So just to try other things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Millennials are definitely not into a weak work culture with poor management skills.
No.
So you're looking at the old school way of management, which was like you only got a yearly review, maybe. Lots of closed door meetings, no communication, your input, opinion, or educated or otherwise, is not being taken into consideration. So really, it's definitely feeling a little like you're not included, and you're kind of just there to be the workhorse, which is a shame.
It is. And then another reason, which seems to be mostly for millennials, I mean, we talked about in another video about millennials and Gen Z that like people are really looking for meaning right now. They want to make an impact in the world. So whether that's actually like saving the planet or something, or working for a nonprofit, that kind of thing, I think people just want to use their skills to better the world. So even if it's something as simple as making an app, something to help people, that's sort of what people are doing. So they're you're leaving a traditional job to go somewhere where you can maybe make an impact.
Yeah. And one of the biggest reasons that millennials are quitting their job is mental health.
Yep, that's we said that at the top, right?
Yeah, millennials and Gen Z are like way more open and honest about their struggles with mental health than like the boomers and stuff were. So it's not seen as a weakness anymore. It's just honesty, right? So one of the problems millennials are facing is that there's this constant reachability because we are the generation with like an influx of social media and like cell phones.
Yeah.
So your boss can get you at any time of day,
Through
whether
any
you're there or
platform
not, through
or-
any
yeah.
platform. You have to be always on, right? Like you are eating a sandwich while you're trying to finish a project,
Yeah.
or you're at the gym working out on the treadmill and you're still trying to network with the people around you, which is crazy, right? And like you just feel like you're failing all the time if you're not being productive. We're like a
Yes.
culture of multitaskers.
Yeah.
So it's hard, and burnout is real and it
Definitely.
is overwhelming.
Yeah.
Dovetailing off of burnout and exhaustion, it's so funny because I always used to hear, you know, you hear of celebrities who are checking themselves into a
Oh my
treatment
gosh.
center
Yes.
for
Exhaustion.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, which I never understood. Like I remember, I think I was like 13 and somebody checked in, or Britney Spears probably. And yeah, I was just like, what, you're tired? Your life is perfect. What are you talking
like
about?
how are you exhausted?
Yeah.
And then, you know, so earlier this year, I was actually looking last night, and around February, I started to like not feel so great. And I was feeling really sick to my stomach, really lightheaded all the time, dizzy, nauseous, like I couldn't eat. My hand was like literally doing this all the time.
Yeah.
My heart rate was so high. I had to stop wearing my fitness tracker watch because it was freaking me out how high my resting heart rate was.
Yeah.
Because my resting heart rate was never under like 110. And I was like, I'm freaking out because it's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
And I, like, poor Kelly, I was like all the time, like, I think there's something wrong with me. Like, I was getting really worried that something was physically wrong with me and that I was like maybe really sick.
Yeah.
And so I went to the doctor and they were like, Kate, we're going to do all this blood work. We're going to do an ECG, an EKG, because my heart rate in their office was like concerning to them. And then thankfully everything came back normal aside from my vitamin D being very low. But they said like, Crystal, your physical symptoms are because of stress. Like, and you know, I explained some things to them that were happening at my job and they were like, it sounds like your work stress is manifesting itself physically and that's not good.
No.
They were like, you're okay, but like you're not okay.
Yeah.
So
It's not a good state to be in.
no,
your
so
body doesn't like
honestly, yeah, like I was not myself for a while.
She
Like,
wasn't. Like, this girl talks a lot. You may have noticed in her videos. She's
They were
bubbly. She's full of pep and yeah, that's just, she's a happy, perky person. And she was not a happy, perky person.
No.
And not, I mean, most people would have thought she was just a normal person, but to people who knew her, we knew that she was off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And
So you
so
started seeing a counselor.
I
You
did.
took your vitamin D.
I did take my vitamin D, which made a huge difference.
Yeah.
They said it would. They said my levels were astronomically low.
Yeah.
So once I started taking vitamin D, it made a huge difference.
Yeah.
But I did. I started seeing a counselor. I was very open and honest with anyone I know. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take care of myself and
Yes.
get better. And I'm going to start seeing a counselor. And you know what? In all honesty, surprise, big announcement. I actually resigned from my job of 12 years
Yes,
last
you did.
week. And I finished up there and I'm moving on to bigger and better things that is a bigger passion for me.
Exactly.
Is
Yeah.
what I wanted to do and I can make a difference. And
There
I
you go.
already feel like
A weight lifted off. Yeah.
weight lifted off my shoulders.
She's all happy and perky again.
Yes. I'm me again.
It is. It's her. Yay. Welcome
Yeah.
back, Crystal.
Thank you. I missed me and it
Yes.
was important to come back.
It is. So it's so important to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, we're on this earth for 80 years, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Not
So
long.
take care of you. Like, companies have no loyalty anymore.
Mhm.
Maybe a couple of them do, but
Mhm.
that's not, they're not looking out for you. They're looking out for their bottom dollar.
Right.
So why sacrifice yourself for them?
Exactly.
Not worth it.
No.
Take care of you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And you know what? You might be out there contemplating, you know, quitting your job. Maybe you found something better and you're nervous. Maybe you're not sure what to do. But like, don't worry about what your employer is gonna think.
Yeah.
Because even with some friends of mine who recently found new employment as well, you know, like their bosses are getting so butthurt over the fact that they're leaving. And it's because most employers think that you owe them your soul, like when you work there.
Yeah.
Like you need to work all the time for them, and you know they'll replace you like before your obit even
Yeah.
hits.
Yeah, what's that
Right?
mean?
It's like a meme on Facebook that I
Yeah.
see all the time where it's just
Your
like, yeah,
job
your job
posting.
posting will be posted before your obituary even hits the paper.
You're just a number in the end.
Yeah, and like, you know, your employers might care for you,
Yeah.
but in the end, they just need someone to do your job.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
They gotta
matter.
stay open, they gotta keep in business.
Exactly. So like you're leaving your job for whatever reasons make sense for you.
They're
and for
all valid.
Exactly. For whatever reasons work for you, and you don't owe anyone an explanation
You
as
do
to
not.
why you're leaving. You don't owe anyone anything more than what you've given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are out there contemplating these things, you know, give it a go. Or like what Joey had to say to Rachel? No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chandler was like,
Chandler.
you need the fear.
Yeah.
You have to quit your job before you have another
So
one.
maybe for
you
some
have the
people
fear.
that is the way
yeah,
to do
for
it.
me, not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much. Gotta line that shit up.
But yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? Millennials are quitting their jobs. People before millennials have quit their jobs.
Yeah.
Don't be too
And
scared about it.
millennials are not quitting their jobs just because they feel like it.
No.
No, they're quitting their jobs because they have a reason.
Yes.
And if you don't like the reason, it doesn't make it a bad reason.
There you go.
That's the most important thing. Just because
Yes.
you don't like someone's reasoning doesn't make it incorrect.
Yes. They're not just bored or
No.
lazy.
No. It's such a like stereotypical millennial thing.
It is.
Everyone thinks we're just entitled and lazy and bored.
The trophy kids.
Right? No one's job hopping because they want to.
No.
We're trying to find.
A place that works for us.
Yeah.
And we can.
Yeah.
They exist.
They do.
I've been blessed. I've had a fantastic job in the past. I got pregnant and can't go back there. It's like an hour, just not even an hour. It's like a 3-hour commute. Like I'm not going
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah.
But I've been in a supportive, wonderful environment, and it's worth finding it. If you can get out there, if you can find it, if you can apply, if you can get through that whole process,
Do it.
do it. Yeah. So millennials are quitting, but for good reasons.
Yes, good reasons, not lame reasons.
Exactly.
Do what makes you happy.
Do what makes you happy.
Do what makes you healthy.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you next week.